Celebrating their 2-0 win over Nigeria at the AFCON Nations Cup right there in Egypt. And just like I said, we have the chairman, club proprietor, and the chairman of Fire Warriors Basketball Club, the champion of Nigeria League right there, joining us in the studio this morning. As we take a look at the way things have been so far with the global pandemic, the impact on sport and so many other activities, and how we can surely bring it back, and so we can gradually resume. But before I take you on those issues, are you seeing Madagascar celebrating their 2-0 win? What does it mean? A lot of us are waiting. What are they celebrating there? Why would the CAF be doing that?
Well, it's something a thing of joy for the country. And they look at Nigeria as a big brother. Yeah. And for you to be your big brother, then you should be able to celebrate it anytime.
Yeah, anytime soon, right there. So much really happening. Now let's go down to the nitty-gritty. COVID-19 has played a huge impact, has affected sports precisely so much. How has it been for sports administrators in Nigeria?
Well, first of all, we have to give glory to Almighty God. At least we are alive. But to every sports administrator or a club or anybody or a sponsor for now, it's really a disaster. It's a kind of backset. Because when you look at the money involved, you have to pay players, you have to continue to manage them and everything. Look at the facilities and everything. Everything is rotten. But why we have to still praise God, because some are gone now, and we should be happy that we are alive.
So far, the government has not talked about sports resumption, and a lot of people are wondering, in the Western world, they are gradually opening up their sporting activities there. Why do you think government is not thinking about that in Nigeria?
Well, if I may say, the facilities we have here is not directly supportive, because even before the COVID-19, we don't really have time for sports. And this is a very huge sector of the economy that can really employ a lot of people. But nobody to support, no screening, nothing, everything. Because like now, even the NBA, they are trying to come up, but with all the facilities and everything, which is number one facility they have, they are still struggling. Talk less of we Nigerians that we don't even have anything about the facilities.
A really, really tough one. They're talking about COVID-19 having a huge impact on the economy and also affecting sport. As they said, sport is the most hit when it comes to COVID-19. You have been involved with sport, basketball precisely, which is your area. You have been passionate about it. You have been involved in grassroots development of the game and stuff like that. For us, we'll take a look at it from the angle of Nigeria. How do you think we can come back? Because the way things are right now, things are not going well, but we can continue like this. How do you think basketball can come back?
Well, part of it is everybody need to come back. We will have to bring all hands must be on deck. We have to come in with some health practitioners by screening some of our athletes, the basketball players and everybody, because right now it's not all about starting, but how do we maintain it? Because like some of the states now in the US, they are all shutting, they are going back to where they come from. So what we need to do now is, one, we need some machines, how we can do the scan, then how government can also come and support the administration, because most of these players, male, female, some are the breadwinners of their family. How do they feel? What are they been eating, or what are they? So this palliative is not all about going to the street to share for people or share to giving these 10,000. No, there are the way you have to channel some of these things that the players to get to them. At least some of them will be able to give, at least feed 1 or 2 feed. Some are even having kids, they're having children. So how do they feel? So these are the things that we need to put in place, support them, bring in machines, then all of us will now need to follow the health practitioner based on their advice.
Okay, based on the advice right there.
Okay, you know that basketball is actually contact sport. A lot of people have been saying, okay, for non-contact sport, you should actually start. But if we were to say ways should be set aside for basketball to begin, aside from testing, what are the other things you think should be put into consideration?
aside from testing number, because when you look at basketball, it's one of the most expensive game in terms of, is it the ball you want to talk about? Is it the court? Then the kit for the players. These are things that they are not that easy. Then for us to, because apart from the machine, for us to really come back, the players, because when you don't, according to my local, they say when you don't eat well, how will you be able to say, okay, I can stand to do anything? Yeah. So you have to motivate them, the players. One, their health-wise, you have to see how we can really support them in terms of what they eat, how to go about it. Then, are you really safe? Because most of them, some of them are not even practicing. Yeah. Now, and as it is now, we have to start to do some things. And like we learned that the festival is about to, maybe after the festival, maybe some things might come up.
Okay, and moving on from there now, I've been involved in basketball yourself and doing so many things. Going forward, how has it been? Because you're a team that got to the final of Nigerian Basketball League and eventually won it against Honors. Take us back. How did it all happen? Because a lot of people never expected Air Warriors from nowhere, because nobody knows Air Warriors to now become champion of Nigeria.
Well, we should give glory to God. We started from scratch, from nobody. It's based on my really love and the kind of passion I have for the game. We brought some girls and boys that we found out that these people have dreams. So we say, okay, let's do it. And they say, Chairman, if you can support us, we are ready to make you proud. And how do you support them? You have to provide them with shelter, provide them the housing, provide motivation, which is money. So I continue to put all these things. Sometimes I will even go up to the SS, going to the dressing room or going to their hostel, because I have an hostel that I have for them. You have to go and meet them there and let them know that if you win so much for me, this is your motivation. So the allowances, I don't make it. They get it in time. It doesn't come late. Then up to the essence that we got to from Lagos, from Abuja here, they thought maybe it's a kind of fluke. And when we get to
because Lagos, you are meeting teams like First Bank, big customs,
and they say maybe we cannot, Nigerian Army, that we cannot do anything. But getting to Lagos, we told them that come, what we did here, we will do it better in Lagos. Against all odds, when we got to Lagos, they look at us that maybe this one is a kind of pushover team.
A team coming from Abuja.
The basketball is mainly for Lagosians, and there's nothing we can do. So we took MFM off, took Dolphins. Then the final, before the final was the game we beat First Bank, which we defeated. After that one, people said, we are the champion. So from there we won the league with the girls, but to our greatest surprise, I never knew that after you win a league, you now face the greatest of the greatest order, which is how do I go and represent my country. I thought it's something that the associate, the federation, and everybody will support us, that okay, let's go and do it. Because these guys, they have the synergy, they have the togetherness, they know the next step, they know what so person want, they know what this person. So everybody, we are ready to go and defend the continent, the nation.
Yeah, in the continent.
In the continent. But they said that you have to go and borrow money. I said, for me to go and defend my country, then I have to put myself. I said, let's see what will happen. But fortunately, after the Air Force, Nigerian Air Force came as if they want to, but unfortunately again they told us that they can't do it.
They ran away because of the money.
Involved.
But what lessons have you learned from these experiences? Because you go into a championship, no sponsor, no support from the government. And what does it say about the state of Nigerian basketball?
The state of sports generally in Nigeria is not encouraging. You cannot see an investor that really want to go into sports. Reason is, one, fans don't come to the stadium to watch. Even the players you say you continue to put money on them. You spend
and you don't get anything.
And some of these players, when scouts will come and get them, or they want to sign them and take them away from Nigeria, they will not even allow you know.
They will just go behind the back.
They will just go behind the back because they don't want you to. They will look at you as a kind of stumbling block that you don't want them to. Maybe you will want to deter their progress. It will be when they get there, they will not start calling that, chairman, I'm sorry. Because we have like about 3 or 4 players that have even crossed.
Without letting you know.
They will just call from there that chairman, or some, the parents will even call that, please, your daughter don't move.
But they don't know you're spending money to
They don't know you are spending money because even as it is now, I continue to support them because we know it's not easy. Because you continue to give them, because most of them are breadwinner. How will they live?
But how do you think the federation can come into this to assist so that this can, because people that are investing in sports should be able to get something back, just like basketball, football, other sports are also complaining the same. How can we come up with measures that can be able to assist the club owners?
One, let's start by saying the final package for the champions should be something that is encouraging.
Okay.
We won the league and we're given 2 million.
When you look at the amount of money,
when you look at what I spent from January till December,
what will you do with 2 million?
What do you do with 2 million? And they say we should use that 2 million to go for Continental. For a person's ticket is like 300, like 400 or 500 for the cheapest you can get.
So the number of players that you're going to take to travel.
So number one is the money, the package should be something that is encouraging. Then number two, if we need to bring more sponsorship into this game, we need to bring it. If just like the other program that the minister, which we really appreciate what he is trying to do, that by adaptation of teams and players, it will really go places. Because by the time you have somebody that, okay, this is my partner, or this is somebody that is supporting me, then you look at him that, okay, we have people that we fly their brand, we fly whatever they want or something like that.
And they
will also assist you with something. And like when I was in Ghana, I used to know of a kind of social from all these NGOs or the big organizations. You must support sports. If we can,
there's a law.
There's a law.
You must attach to it.
You must attach to it. So like MTN, I remember all this local kind of grassroots football, they support it.
But Nigeria,
so in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. And we should bring that kind of culture that you have to support somebody, you have to support a team, so that from there everybody will grow and will be able to.
Yeah, and you talked about not really training since this outbreak, COVID-19. So if, for instance, there's a new law that sports should kick off, what's going to happen? Do you think players will be rusty and all? Definitely players will be rusty. So I think there's no communications on training, and I thought that what a lot of people, the e-training and all. We are doing it, but you know, there's a limit that what e-training can do. Yeah. There are some training that it will involve me and you. It will involve 5 of us. And there are some times that it's a team sport. Yeah. There are some times that even the coach would like to say, okay, let's practicalize what we've been learning. So how do you do it? The only training you can do on your own is just the fitness. And that is what we've been encouraging and we're advising our own players that please just keep your fitness, which is your jogging, your endurance and everything. So that once everything is kind of lifted, that okay, sports can start, then the players, everybody will not find it difficult to.
Just before we let you go, grant has been coming from various bodies to assist Women Federation. Has any grant come to NBBF to assist clubs in the Nigeria Basketball League?
For now, we've not received anything.
Really sad right there. We've been talking with Abdulmajid Sholademi, as a proprietor of a major football club in Nigeria, talking about Air Warriors, and they won the Nigerian League. Also, the only one that's supposed to represent. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that because they couldn't get the fund. But so far, that has not deterred them. They are looking forward to hopefully next season and see what they can do better. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's how we wrap things up right here in the studio. Keep you abreast with the latest in the world of sport. My name is Ogutimehin Tolulakpo Ogutimehin, and I've been in the studio with
AP Iyomo, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.